Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Well, today's a little bit of a different one. I'm just going to sit here and talk a little bit. We'll see how it goes. What I want to do is test out my microphone here. I've got a new little microphone, not that most of you care, but after going back and looking at some of my videos, I've been doing YouTube for probably close to 7 years now, and oh my goodness, it's a funny thing. It's a learning experience. So over those 7 years, at first I go back and look at some of my old videos and look at easy mistakes that, are forgivable, let's say, because you learn as time goes on. But my goodness, one thing that I have seemed to have never failed to overcome is audio issues. So I wanted to apologize for you guys on some of my older videos on, oh my gosh, the wind noise or just background noise or just things that are distracting. I've even had comments on it, and I've known that it's an issue for a while. I've just neglected to do anything. I didn't want to put the money towards it. And that's bad on me, because really audio would have paid for itself in the sense of producing better quality videos means more folks are probably going to watch, like it, share it, and things of that nature. So that's where I've got this little mic here that you can see I'm going to start using from now on. It should hopefully cut down on some wind noise, background noise whenever I'm outside. I know my little boy, he can't help it. He's 4. He loves to talk, and he's actually out riding his little tractor right now. So we'll see if you guys can pick that up. But I know sometimes that stuff can be super distracting and really take away from the core value of the video. So this video is to tell you that this is my commitment to producing some better quality content. I don't think that the video is all that bad on most of these. Sometimes the lighting's not great, but obviously you guys too in the comments let me know what you think as well. If the video's okay, if it's on point, if it needs to get better in some aspects. But I've known audio has been an issue for a while. And, I've been spending some more time just thinking, just trying to stay away from technology, and even outside of work, just sitting and trying to think about ways I can do things better, not only on videos, but just in my life in general. And this is a byproduct of that. I thought, you know what? It's time to do a little research, invest some money in a good quality microphone system that's going to produce better content. So moving forward, I'm hoping audio is going to be better. And so I guess that kind of actually gets into the real aspect of today's video, is just talking about doing your best. It's an interesting thing I've kind of found with YouTube here, and honestly in some other aspects of my life. To make things happen, it doesn't matter if you're making YouTube videos or just anything in life, there's a few things that you need. You need the time dedicated towards it, you need the effort, you need the want to, and you need the tools to do that. Well, now that my daughter is getting a little bit older, she's getting a little bit more self-independent, let's say. she's 6 months, so she's starting to move around a little bit more on her own. So I'm feeling like I'm getting a little more free time to do some videos. So let's start with the time. If you want to get something done, you obviously have to have the time. There are going to be distractions that are both good and bad outside in your life that you need to make sure that are obviously taken care of. Priorities are priorities, right? But you need to be able to dedicate the time to things that you want to do and do a good job of. The second thing being effort. You need to be able to put that effort towards what you want to do. In my case, it's kind of an interesting, I'll share my story in regards to these YouTube videos. It's funny, like I said, I've known for a while that the audio has been an issue. And I think because of that, I've kind of neglected wanting to do videos, to be completely honest. And that's why I haven't made much content lately. Because I would go back and look at some videos and I would hear maybe dogs barking in the background or just wind or just different aspects of the audio and think, this is awful. But yet I was content with it, let's say, and went ahead and worked on the video and published it out there. Was I proud of it? Did I think it was good content? No, not really. I really didn't. So I'd say that my effort slacked in that fashion. So whenever you notice that your effort is slacking, try to determine why. In my case, I know it was because of the audio issue. Because if you can resolve what's causing you to not make you to want to put in an effort, you're going to be a lot more inclined to want to do it. The third thing being, of course, you've got to have that want, that drive to do it, even outside of the effort. Anybody can put effort in and grind and do something long enough. But where you really succeed and you shine in life, whether it's a career, with friends, with family, whatever you're working on or what your goal or objective is, you really need to have, if you want to go above and beyond just average, you really have to have that want and that drive. For an example, just to tell you guys, outside of doing YouTube and kind of my hobby of tinkering with things and tools and things of that nature, my actual career is in IT. So that's what I do. I've always loved computers and things of that nature. Oh my goodness, you can ask my parents whenever I was a young boy. Computer games, just golly. I've spent many hours on some computer games. And looking back, I can even think about some things. I'd bought a really, really cheap stereo on eBay one time. And I mean, I paid like 30 bucks, maybe 10 bucks shipping for it for this really nice, back in the day it was really nice, Pioneer stereo. Well, it didn't work great, but I'd taken that thing apart and I figured out what was wrong with it and fixed it. And that was a really proud moment for me. So whenever you're trying to think about those things that you want to do or that you want to try to excel above and beyond average in, I would encourage you to look to your childhood and what are those things that you enjoy doing? What are your hobbies? Because that's what kind of turns that grind, that effort into something that you enjoy. So if you are doing the same task as another guy and he's having to grind it out, beat his head against the wall and he doesn't really like it, but you actually enjoy it and you don't mind the work, you're going to excel beyond that guy, which I think kind of directly correlates the time and the effort that you're willing to put into something where somebody might not be willing to put that time and that effort into something they don't enjoy. And then the fourth and final thing would be the resources or tools that you need. You know, I used to have a bit of a different opinion on that, but I think it's changed overall. And I think it kind of depends on a point at where you're at in your life and how many resources you have to dedicate to other resources to make things happen. So what I'm talking about in my case here, we'll make a case in point of are my YouTube videos. Going back to some of the tools and different things that I need, like this microphone here, or some of the hand tools that I use for the job, or heck, even the vehicles that I purchase and operate. So I used to kind of have a mentality of just buying what works, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But but I've heard a saying too that, you know, I'm too poor to be cheap. And basically what that means is you don't want to buy junk to try to do your job, because what you're going to find is if the tool or the junk that you're using breaks, you're going to have to replace it by another one. And B, you've also got that downtime involved. And as you can know, that can cause a lot of frustration and time away from trying to make some money and doing different things of that nature. So I would say to you out there, take your time, whatever it is in your life, and I'm not saying it has to be everything in your life, but whenever you're buying things, really, really think about what you're buying and spending the money on. Make sure that you're buying something of quality. In America, we live in a very much a consumerist society, and even you could say a lot of my videos are kind of geared towards that. Some of these gear reviews and different things of that nature. But I feel like here in America, oh my goodness, we are very much a society where you buy something, you use it up, and you throw it away. And you know, I don't think that it's always been like that here. I think it used to be, especially back in the day, much more of a some of the things that you would buy, you're kind of buying it once, crying it once, so to speak. You're buying it for your life. So that's what I'm trying to gear and model my life towards is, yeah, something may be more expensive than the cheapest option out there, but if it's going to last 10 times as long and only be 2 to 3 times more expensive, then why wouldn't I go that direction? And there's something else to be said to that. For a great example here, some of you guys will be able to relate that watch my videos, are some hand tools. There gets to a certain point of cheapness to where on wrenches or different things of that nature, or sockets, and I'm just using these as examples, to where they may inhibit your ability to work or your enjoyment to work. Where if you're using a low quality product, you might strip a bolt. And then, oh my goodness, think about the time and the effort that you have put into trying to repair that. Whereas if you had something that was quality to begin with, you'd have been able to make the repair in no time, and it'd been more enjoyable for you too. And that's one thing that I've found too, is that whenever I tend to cheap out on something, it ends up causing problems and causing me more grief, to where I feel like my time would have been better spent just buying the better quality piece and not having to put up with the frustration of the junk, or especially if it doesn't end up working, or if I like it enough, I decide to buy the better quality piece, and then the old one just either sits in a drawer or it gets tossed. So I'd have been better off to put that towards that direction anyway. Now, guys, do not take me wrong. I am not by any means saying go out there and buy the most expensive of everything out there. There's a point of diminishing returns. Believe me, I understand that. With the world of information at your fingertips, be it YouTube, Reddit, I go look at Reddit a lot anymore. There's just a wealth of knowledge out there. So take your time in researching products as you buy them. I use some of my videos as references too, whether it comes to vehicles or tools or different things of that nature. And listen to those good experiences. Also listen to the bad experiences. There's a lot of validity to that sometimes. So I just want to make this quick video to kind of give my thoughts on that, and just kind of the direction of maybe my channel is kind of even going to, is showing some different things in my life that I really enjoy, whether it's tools to work on a vehicle, or heck, maybe even this chainsaw over here. Just different things that I feel like have made my life easier or better in some capacity that I could share with you guys. Obviously, that doesn't mean we're going to stray away from vehicle content. As I need to do things or find I need to do things to them, obviously I will. But once again, I feel like going back into that whole idea of buying quality. You know, the vehicles that I own, I take care of them, and albeit they do have their known problems, a lot of them have been addressed on my vehicles. So I really don't have too many things tear up. A lot of the videos I do just because I enjoy. So stay tuned. I'm hopeful that everything is going to be a better experience going forward, from audio to video to just everything around me and some of the things that I'll be showing you. So I'm starting to get amped again about doing some videos, and I hope you guys are too. So guys, if you have any recommendations for me, or if you feel differently about my videos, definitely let me know down below. I am receptive to those comments. I know there are some guys out there that are just being blatantly hateful, and you're going to get some of that, but a lot of you guys that do sometimes give negative comments, I realize that there's some good criticism in there. So I want you to know that I do hear that too, and take that to heart, because I do want to produce some good content, and I've known it's been an issue for a while. So this is my way of taking that better step forward to enjoy the content that I make, and also produce the best quality content that I can make with what I have here. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how the audio is for you, and we'll just keep trucking on. All right, until the next video, take care.